Today is, all right, boom, take two. So today is October 8th, 2025. Kind of want to get it started. This is going to be like the first or second entry. I'm considering it my first because the last one was just kind of like an intro of why I'm starting the channel. Today I'm kind of documenting. So there's a lot that kind of happened today. First, I did start brainstorming for. Let me restart. So basically, one of the major problems that I'm going to be dealing with today is confidence and finances. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory. Obviously, I explained, recently turned 21. I commented about how I didn't have a car at the moment, but now it's really starting to affect me because we're getting into winter season, and yes, I can take Ubers, but I much rather have my own vehicle just so I can get around places and be able to do more things. But I'm only working part-time so I can pursue my dream of being an engineer part-time. Lately, I haven't been as committed. I've been getting myself distracted, and then once I procrastinate when it comes to doing things that actually matter, I feel less confident. So that's been affecting me in some sort of way. And then yeah, obviously finances. I have to do better with my finances to be able to get this car, and then not only just for the car, but I also want to be setting myself up for financial success for the goodness of me and my family. So today I went on a walk. I did a little journal entry. I did two. The first one was kind of like mid. It just talked about how because I didn't go to work today, it was an off day, but they tried to call me in and I was like, no, I want to be productive today. So yeah, it talked about how today I kind of wasted a little time on YouTube, and then I doom scrolled a little bit on TikTok. I shouldn't even be on TikTok, honestly. I put myself on a ban for a week, and then I just got right back on. I think I need to get back into that. But today I went out for a walk, I meditated, and I brainstormed, I'm gonna get into the brainstorming later. But I talked about how I need to stop wasting so much time consuming and help out this family like I'm supposed to, guiding them closer to God and helping with finances. I want to record this video today, and then I wanted to do some schoolwork and get a workout in, which I did do. And then secondly, what I did journal about, talked about how today I realized one thing that's been holding me back, not even just with confidence, but it's just this is something that's been tagging me and holding me down for a majority of my life. Today, something I realized that was holding me back is the fear of perception. Low-key, I got an inspiration off of a YouTuber named Spice World. Pretty funny guy. He just puts out little skits, but he talked about it briefly in a video, and he was joking around, but I took the message kind of seriously. A lot of good ideas come to my mind, and I'm confident in the ideas that they are good. I just never end up going through with them, or I lack commitment to stick with them because of my fear of failing or looking like a failure to others. I need to get out of this fear of perception, especially if I want to be an engineer, an inventor, content creator, or whatever I want to pursue in this life. To get over this, I wanted to get into the process of uploading more on this channel, one, and then two, going ahead and attacking the different things that I've wanted to go after in this life. So financial freedom, putting my body into not even just peak physique. I actually want my body to be peak when it comes to strength, endurance, all of it. The way I envision my body, I actually want to be a real life superhero for my kids. That's how strong I want to be. I'm not saying I want to be overly built, like a bodybuilder, but to have a well sculpted body and a capable body. capable of doing a lot, and not just limited because I got back pains or I'm too weak kind of thing. Yeah, just work on my discipline. So yeah, that deals with the confidence part, just really going into dealing with my fear of perception. I'm probably not gonna have like any views on this channel for like a very long time. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm okay with that because I rather put in the work now and then plant the seeds now and then watch the flowers bloom later, as compared to digging up flowers that are just gonna die in 2 weeks. So off from that, so what today I did, it seems like a small step. I feel like I could have done more. Was I started brainstorming. I use an app called Notion. Notion just helps me get organized in a way. It's a really good organizer for yourself or a team organizer if you're running a business team. If you're doing anything that requires organization, Notion is usually the way to go. It's really helpful. At first it was intimidating to use, I'm not gonna lie. It was that fear of perception again. I just didn't want to feel like a failure not knowing how to use it. But once I applied myself to, I was able to use it, and I got into my brainstorming for an app I want to create. And I answered 3 main questions, and I feel like I gotta go ahead and answer some more. But the 3 questions were, what do I want to improve? Well, let me start from the first question. What is the biggest problem that users are facing today? And then what products exist in this world that we think will solve this well? And then what do we want to improve for our audience, or how do we want to put our own spin on the product that's already out there? I added that second part. Most of this was kind of AI generated questions, but it really helps. I edited the last one a little bit, but going ahead and attacking these questions helped me understand, like, okay, this is what I want to implement in this app. And so the way I want to go about building this app is I'm going to try vibe coding with AI and going into the process of that, which is probably what I'm going to talk about in the next documentation. But yeah, just kind of getting myself out of the fear of perception. It's really, really essential to me, and I feel like my journey in life, not even just with finances or my ideas, but, well, I would say my ideas apply to a lot of different areas of life, because I have ideas when it comes to like a business plan, and then there'll be sometimes I'll have like ideas between like sports teams, like when I played on them. I'd have ideas about how certain solutions could go if there is a problem in like families, family issues, or even relationship issues between like friends or a partner, things like that. But I never went to implement them because I've never felt like people would hear me, and I just had a fear of like, oh, if it goes wrong, everybody's gonna look at me. But I kind of gotta let go of that, because when it's not, what do they call it? It's not me being prideful. It's not me being arrogant. But I do have a lot of well thought out ideas. I don't just be like, oh, lemons equals lemonade, blah 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 blah. Well, I kind of do think about it like that way. Like I have a thought process of going through things, but it's not like I just sit on. Once an idea pops into my head, like, oh, this is magical, I actually think through it, and I think that's a gift that's been given to me, because I've overthought a lot throughout my life, and I still kind of overthink to this day, which I feel like helps me get through the process of thinking a little bit better, so I have a little bit of a clearer thought. It's not always the best when it just sits in my head, but when I write it down on paper, go through it, it usually helps me. But me limiting myself to thinking, oh, it's gonna fail, or me being looked at a certain way, I feel like it's limiting me from experiencing life the way that I should, and also it's limiting me from experiencing different opportunities, whether it is for more money, for happier relationships, or for, a better outcome or a different outcome than what we could have experienced. Like, for example, I'll bring it into sports. In basketball, I had a lot of bright ideas of how we should run plays because I saw how things were working. Like, I had like a mathematical brain, but I didn't allow myself to go for speaking out those ideas because I felt like it wasn't my place. But now I have to make it my place. I have to make it my place so I can speak these ideas, because me having these ideas, it isn't just for me, it's for everybody else that God like brings around me in this life, which I feel like is very vital. But that's kind of all for today's entry. I hope that you guys tune in. The next one, I would rather walk through the process of me doing the work than just me just saying, hey, I got this done. But I'll work on that. I'll definitely work on that, record while I'm going through the process of doing things. But thank you guys for tuning in. All right, have a good night.